Good morning, everybody. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. So in today's video, we're attacking this Buick. What is this thing? I forget what this is. Enclave? I think it's an Enclave. It's an Enclave. So guys, this thing was brought into us. We did a full interior already. It really wasn't too bad on the interior. I'll show just a little bit of the front area, but the rest of it really wasn't that bad. However, it did sit for a while under trees, and it's a mess on the outside. So guys, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. So let's take a look around and then start washing this thing. Now this poor Buick Enclave sat under trees for about 9 months. So it has a lot of tree grime, mildew, and artillery fungus spores. So guys, it's ready now to wash. Let's rinse it, pre-wash it, and begin with the contact wash. Now, this has a ton of artillery fungus. I have a couple of videos on how to remove these. They can be a pain, and this is just peppered. Sometimes they come right off, sometimes they leave a little anchor that you need to clay bar aggressively, so we might need to do a quick polish on this. Nothing crazy, no paint enhancement, nothing, just a quick polish to gloss it up and to remove any micro marring that may be left from the clay or the clay mitt. Now we're also going to give Built Amber one more try. We put it in the IK foamer, and it's diluted to a 4:1 ratio in here. It's the rest of it. I'm gonna try it in the IK foamer and see how well that does. One of the first jobs that we did with it, it was okay. The second job that we did on a really nasty truck didn't really perform well. So let's try it in the IK foamer, and it won't be diluted more with water, putting it through the foam cannon, and we'll see how well it does. The first initial rinse is very important. This is going to remove about 50% of the grime and junk on the paint. Now the pressure on our electric pressure washer isn't as great as our gas pressure washer, so we can get pretty close to the paint without worrying about it damaging the paint. Once you have experience with a pressure washer, you'll be able to gauge how close you can safely get to the paint. Just use discernment and good judgment. Now you see that rinsing alone removes a lot of the junk on the paint. But let's use the Built Amber Auto Foam in the IK foamer directly onto the paint after rinsing. You can see it did a great job of cleaning that grime off the paint. So if you do like this product, you can certainly put it in an IK foamer. I think it works much better that way instead of using it in a foam cannon. Now as we move on to the driver's side, we again just spray our APC Extra Tough Diluted 5:1, let it dwell, and then rinse it off. Once again, the APC does an amazing job. So whether you want to use a dedicated snow foam or pre-wash, either way, it's going to get the job done. So guys, the pre-wash phase, APC rinsing is done. We use the bilge timber on passenger side and the hood and the trunk area, and then our regular APC here. And yes, it did do a good job. This is just stuff I gotta rinse off. It did clean the paint, but the APC side did just as good. I can't really say better necessarily, but just as good. And I'm just using Extra Tough. So yeah, there's no need to get fancy with your pre-washing. Just use an APC, a degreaser, dilute it 4:1, use Super Clean. It's cheap and very, very effective. You can use it on anything, but just remember, don't let anything dry in the sun if you're a mobile guy. That's it. It's so easy to use. You know, the bilge timber, that was the rest of it that I have, and I really just don't need it. If you like it, great, but APC rinsing is just so, I think it's just so much more effective and cheaper and faster. And all of that took about 13 minutes, and that's with me filming. So it would have taken us much less to do that because we work really fast. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wash the rest of it. We're gonna rinse it again, get all the debris, because there's lots of debris coming out of the cracks and crevices. I'm gonna get on the top there and clean out all of the tracks up there. We're gonna do the door jambs. She's already started on the door jambs. So let's continue washing it, and we'll show you how we remove those artillery fungus spores also. So we're using this heavy clay, this pink clay right here is from Car Supply's warehouse. It is an aggressive clay, and is it working to rip off these little artillery fungi?
It's working pretty nicely.
Good, yeah, we just did the top there and using the shampoo as a lubricant, but now we're just using a little bit of just regular clay lube. But it's all fully rinsed, and now we're just attacking these, and we are going to rinse it after. Hey, little guy, what are you doing? Come on, buddy. So that's working. So we're gonna get 2 pieces of clay going and clay bar all of these ridiculous little artillery spots off the paint. Oh yeah, there we go. They're removing. Sometimes you have to be aggressive with the clay, and it is going to mar the paint a little bit. If this was a black vehicle, it would be really, really bad, and we would have to do some paint enhancement polishing. But it's white, and even though the marring still may be there, it's not as noticeable, so we'll just quickly polish it. So we pulled it in because it's actually getting hot and humid out, and I don't want to be working outside right now. So we pulled it in, blast the AC, and I know my mobile guys are going to say, that's not fair. We suffered 10 years mobile, and it's about time that we have a nice garage that we can work without having to worry about heat and humidity. But, you know, we cut our teeth mobile detailing without any garage for so many years. So with that said, this is all pulled in, we just dried it. Now the paint is so smooth. I mean, we clay mid it really, really well, and then we had to clay bar it aggressively. And this white, it is a pearl white, but yeah, there's some little marring marks here and there, but man, it really isn't too bad. There's some like straight line scratches here. But again, this customer just wants this thing cleaned up. They're gonna sell it, they want it looking presentable. Wheels actually cleaned up incredibly well. We used the Meguiar's wheel brightener. It's an acid-based cleaner, and it's perfect for chrome. Completely safe. It's actually recommended for chrome because it cleans really well and it leaves the chrome nice and bright. You can also use it on any painted, clear-coated wheels. Not anodized, not bare aluminum, and powder-coated, maybe, but just use other gentle cleaners that aren't acid-based. But everything else that's clear coat or chrome, acid-based cleaners work exceptionally well. Just use them safely. We dilute it 4:1, and they're good. There's no need to be afraid of acid wheel cleaners. But we're just hitting all the trim now. Excuse me, my wife is hitting all the trim now, and we're going to just give this thing a super quick polish. We've done that in a couple of other videos where we had to clay bar aggressively. It leaves a little bit of marring. We want to just go over it really quickly with a soft pad and some sort of a light polish all in one. Even a cleaner wax or whatever, a liquid wax is going to be fine. Or even if you apply a liquid sealant on here with the dual action pad or with the dual action polisher and a soft pad, that is also going to remove the marring. Now, if we're talking about really messed up paint, really heavy defects, then no, that's not going to take it out. But it will take out the marring that was induced by clay mitting or clay barring. All right, so let's choose some sort of a light polish and go over the paint really quickly. And here's what we're going to apply for protection. The AM Details Hybrid Sealant. This is what we're going to apply. Super smooth, slick, glossy. So now the paint is nice and smooth, it's slick, it's ready for application. Now, you don't need to do an IPA wipe down to apply the AM Hybrid Sealant. It's just very easy to use. I'm going to prime the pad here with just a couple of squirts of the product and just kind of apply it like a coating. You know, I just apply it on a crosshatch pattern. It starts to kind of get grabby right away, and no need to let it flash. You just wipe it away, and once it flashes away and evaporates, this stuff bonds immediately. It also is good to use a shorter nap towel, and if you do notice any smearing, then just use a little bit of water. This stuff plays well with water. So if you do see smearing on darker colored vehicles, that's all you need to do. You can actually just mist water or use a damp towel, look at that, and wipe away any of the smearing that you see. But that looks great. You can also apply it just onto the towel and wipe it in, but this gets a little bit more intricate. You get a little bit more control with a pad like that. That looks great. All right, let's go all around the vehicle. So the Enclave is finished. It looks amazing. What a huge turnover. Look at the gloss on the paint. All the artillery fungus spores removed. Paint feels so slick. It is awesome. If you remember back here how bad it looked before, we had to get into all of those seams, blast them all out. With jobs like this, sometimes you just have to keep rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and getting all these seams nice and clean, especially on the top. Had to get into all those little areas there and rinse them all out. Door jambs look nice and clean as well. The interior, not too much. It wasn't really that bad at all. A little bit of shampooing and steaming here and there. The leather has some wear and tear. And, oh yeah, we conditioned it with Extreme Solutions Leather Magic. We love this stuff. So that's done. And it only came with these two mats here. So these were just shampooed, letting them dry. And we did ozone it for about an hour in here because it smelled musty. So the smell, well, it smells better, but sometimes it takes multiple ozone treatments to get that smell out. It's pretty nasty stuff. I might do another treatment once this airs out. It's almost there. I'm going to put the ozone machine back in there for another 30 minutes and run it on high. Now, if you remember up here, how bad it was. All around the front area here, and it just looks so good. So hopefully the customer will be able to sell this and hopefully get what she wants for it. So guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. If you're interested in any of the products that we used, like the AM hybrid sealant that we used on the paint, that stuff is awesome. Now, there is kind of a learning curve to the application method. It isn't just a wipe on, wipe off type of product. At least I haven't found it to be. I wipe it on and it takes 2 towels, and sometimes you might need a damp towel. So the SiO2 in there will bond to the paint immediately, and any smearing that you get after is just residual. So you need a damp towel to kind of wipe that away, and then a dry towel to buff it away, kind of like the Hybrid Solutions products. Same type of idea. But the results, unbelievable. The gloss, incredible. It's actually one of the glossiest spray sealants or sealants that I've ever used. Like, I can actually notice the difference in the gloss on the paint. It's insane. And, you know, we didn't do any type of paint enhancement on this, but it sure looks like it. It's pretty incredible. So if you are enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great week. Take care.